Hi everyone. I wanted to do a separate video on AI because I actually have a quiz on AI, or not just AI, but the academic honesty policy. And so I want to go over that with you a little bit and just give you my thoughts on it. So I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Um, So in this, oh, I went to the modules, but in the syllabus, I have a section called academic honesty. And so I'm going to talk about that, academic honesty. And the title of my academic honesty is AI Plagiarism in You. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about, first, it's your responsibility to know the policies regarding academic honesty that Valley has. And then I want to talk most specifically about AI. Um, so it's very time consuming on my part to document AI generated work or plagiarism. So it makes me grumpy. So just thought I'd throw that out there. Um, so what is it okay to use and what is it not? It is absolutely okay to use a program that checks your spelling, that generates a citation, you know, checks your grammar, that sort of thing. Make sure your commas and your periods are in the right places. It is not okay to use AI to write or revise your papers. Grammarly does this. If you pay for the heightened version of Grammarly, it revises your papers for you. What that does, it just changes the language and then it becomes not your voice. And that's what I find kind of sad is that all of the papers that are in AI sound robotic. They're usually bad. They have pretty sentences. They have really pretty language, but they don't really say anything. And the voice is not the student's voice. So your voice is unique to you, and it has nuance to it. So you want to keep that true to who you are. Um, so Turnitin checks for AI, but as we all know, AI can sometimes be easier to get around. So um, I just want to say that your thoughts and responses is what I'm interested in. I want to see your best effort. I mean, you're here to learn. So you don't want to consult other people's summaries or interpretations, which is what all AI is, right? Because including those in your work is really considered academic dishonesty. So you want to avoid Spark Notes, Cliff Notes, GradeSaver, blog posts, all of that stuff, which are things that AI draws from. Everything will go through a plagiarism and detection program. Um, so if it comes back, if 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 Turnitin comes back that it's AI generated, you'll get a 0. We may be able to do a rewrite of a whole different paper. Um, but that has to be an agreement that we make, and I reserve the right whether or not to do that. It kind of depends on how the class is going and what other work you've done. And I also reserve the right to reevaluate previous assignments once I detect AI. Even if AI isn't detected by Turnitin, but I suspect that you are using AI. There's a couple of things that we may do. It just depends. Um, so one of the things that we might do is give you an oral exam um, to determine the originality of the content and that you're going to be required to demonstrate deep knowledge of the subject. Obviously, that would be like a Zoom meeting on camera between us. So that's one of the possibilities. Another possibility is to give you a writing test under controlled conditions, again, probably over Zoom, probably proctored through some sort of program where you're recorded to demonstrate so that you can demonstrate similar type of writing. So those are the two things that may happen if you use AI in your work. Um, so if there's any questions or concerns about that, the burden of proof is on the student to prove that the work is original work. And, we don't want to even have to approach that topic. So just don't use it and we'll be good. If you have any questions about AI or the use of it, I think AI has some really great possibilities, but in the academic English classroom, it's not going to be okay to use it. And so that's just something to keep in mind as we move through the class. If you have any questions about that, let me know and we can certainly talk about it. And let's have a great semester.